Alright, hello everyone, it's Happy, and let's talk about one of the saddest moments of the upcoming updates. I have been mentioning the IS-4 here and there, and I showed you guys the armor profile as well, but let's talk about the overall changes regarding this tank, as well as the armor profile, and let's break it all down in today's video. So, let's talk about the negative aspects, and of course, we start off with the HP, and the HP was nerfed from 2650 to 2500. This may be a small change, but it's still significant, meaning that the IS-4 will now eat a lot less shots from the enemy. The AP penetration, so for standard shells, was reduced from 258 to 252, which is not that big of a difference, but it's still a nerf, and in maybe 1 out of 20 battles, it will cause a non-penetration, which is of course not something we always want to see. The heat penetration and the HE penetration was also nerfed, so the heat penetration was reduced by 10 millimeters. Again, it's not going to be that big of a difference, but sometimes you will be able to feel it. Now, the traverse speed on medium terrain was nerfed, which is also not that great because you might not be able to feel it every game, but once in a while it will be felt, especially if a light or a medium is coming around the corner, of course. Furthermore, the upper plate of the hull, of course, was nerfed as well, and this is very, very, very big. So if you look at the screen now, you'll be able to see the IS-4, and it's gotten a very weak hull now. I'm pretty sure tanks with high AP, so standard shell penetration, will be able to penetrate you quite easily. These are going to be tanks like, again, the AMX-50B or the VK-90, who have a very good standard base penetration. Now, a lot of TDs with base penetration, not even gold shells, will be able to smash through your hull quite easily, which is very unfortunate, guys. The IS-4 was known for its armor, for its troll armor. In fact, even the sides and the turret was also quite strong. The turret has more or less stayed the same, but the hull is where all the problems lie of this tank. The hull has become extremely weak, and it's not even close to the IS-7 anymore. The IS-7 is going to be much, much better than the IS-4 when it comes to the armor profile. So everything regarding the tank was nerfed. The lower plate was nerfed, the upper side of the armor was nerfed, so regarding the hull, of course, the driver's hatch armor was nerfed as well. The side of the turret was also nerfed by, you guessed it, over 20 millimeters in effective thickness. So this is all a humongous problem, which is going to make the IS-4 much weaker than before. This tank is being changed up drastically by Wargaming, and I really don't understand why. So let's see all the positive aspects that were added to this tank, and let's think about whether or not this was a good decision. The engine power was buffed from 700 horsepower to 820 horsepower. That's okay. That looks okay. The acceleration on hard terrain was buffed. The acceleration on medium terrain was buffed, and the top forward speed has also been buffed from 38 kilometers to 42 kilometers per hour. I mean, sure, that's all cool and that, but what else? The ground resistance on hard terrain was buffed, the dispersion was buffed, the reload time was buffed from 9.6 to 9.1 seconds, so that means the DPM has went up by what? Around 150 hit points, and the base aim time was also buffed. So overall, the gun has been buffed up, right? So the dispersion / accuracy was buffed by a little bit, and the base aim time was reduced from 2.9 to 2.5 seconds. And of course, the DPM has also been buffed because of the reload time decrease. I mean, this seems more like a medium tank than a heavy tank now. Was this really worth it? Did anyone really ask for this? I mean, you could have just kept the IS-4 similar to what it was before. You could have kept its armor profile and maybe tweaked the gun a bit and then the mobility to balance it out. But why would you touch the armor? The Soviet branch doesn't necessarily have that many crazy armored heavy tanks, because back in the day that used to be the IS-4, and now the IS-7 is going to be the most armored tank, heavy tank in the Soviet tech tree. It just seems a little bit wonky as to why Wargaming would choose specifically the IS-4 to nerf when it comes to the armor profile. It just doesn't really make sense, and they're making something like an Object 260 out of this tank. it would have made more sense to maybe boost the IS-7's mobility and give it less armor, while giving the IS-4 more armor and remove the mobility, making it a super heavy. But no, Wargaming do some absolute crap to this tank. And of course, I'm not complaining. We're going to see how this is going to happen. But yes, I'm complaining because I do like the IS-4, and I know a lot of people also like the IS-4, but it just baffles me that Wargaming decide to, touch upon a community favorite tank without really having any regard for the repercussions. Anyway, that's all I have to say for today, guys. Hope you liked today's video. Smash the like button, comment what you think in the comment section below. Happy is out, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.